how to keep it intact. He will do it. In history we have seen people being killed, kuffars being killed, the copies of Quran being burned in Spain and all those things. If you go read the history, you know that. But yet, Quran cannot be taken out of this surface of this earth. The other thing which Allah has taken upon Himself is the Kaaba. Time and again it was demolished. So many things are. What you are seeing, the structure is something after having redone for the 14th time, I think. That's the last structure which you are seeing. After that it is not done. Okay? It is retained now. The third thing is the religion Islam itself. It will prevail till the day of judgment. May what they do, all these things which you are seeing, whatever the hype, the thing against misconceptions against Islam and Muslim and all, these things will happen. Shaitan is there and this will happen. But one final day, inshallah, Islam will prevail. Okay? So now, Allah Ta'ala reminds them of the favors which He had done showered upon them, and here, what happened was, He sent a flock of birds. He sent a flock of birds. When He couldn't defend it, it's not that Allah Ta'ala was dependent on the birds, but then Allah Ta'ala shows how He can put power in anything He wants. It's not that He is dependent on the birds or the stones, the pebbles, no. But He shows that even in that pebble, how much of power He could put. Right? So He sent the birds, and we know the story. They strike them with that every bird was carrying 3 small pebbles. Here Allah also shows that if you want to hit somebody, inflict an injury on somebody, you cannot throw a ball of cotton or something with that. It was hard. That pebbles which Allah sent along with the birds was hard, from baked clay. You know what is baked clay? Something like a brick, something like a tile, something like a pot, earthen pot, you know. If you just dig the earth, you'll get some pebbles, but then they will not be hard enough, they will be soft. But a burnt clay will be, you know that sound. You'll get that sound. Okay, how do you express your love to Allah Ta'ala?
We do any mistake.
Why is that the beat?
If he does any mistake, anger.
It's not anger, I'll tell you what. They fear that the child would become wayward, or the child may suffer later on. They don't want the child to suffer. They love so much. Their concern for the child makes them do that. Their concern for the child, the fear that the child will spoil their health or the habits, get into the wrong hands. That fear that the child's character may spoil, or the health may spoil, okay, or the future may spoil, makes them beat them. Our Allah Ta'ala doesn't beat us. He sends us warnings. So how do we love Allah? The question was, how do you express what is Salah? But you tell me, how much time do you spend in Salah? Somebody who will love you, your child, and supposing your child is in states or some convent, during the holidays the child comes, or you go there, you want to spend more time with the child. Ask even for somebody is in the prison, you go meet them, but then you like to spend as much of time with them as possible, but then there is an alarm, the bell, and you move away from them. The more you love, the more the time you want to spend with the person, right? But how about Allah Ta'ala? How much time do you spend in Salah? Surah Fatiha, then 3 small ayats or 1 long ayat, and then wash off your hands. That is the wrong attitude. How many surahs do you recite after Surah Fatiha?
1.
Why? Why do you restrict for 1? Why don't you read more?
No patience.
No love to Allah. Forget patience. You are not in love with Allah. We are not in love with Allah. That's why you don't want to be there. Somebody who are in love with it, you go spend time, ask with your mother, father, whoever it is. Huh? Yeah, whatever it is. You like that hero or heroine, you go spend there 3 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, continuously. My goodness. I saw this lady. I was there in my friend's shop. He was owning a STD booth. Those were some 3 years back. So one young lady came in. She wanted to call. She started. I was sitting there. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 45 minutes. 1 hour ही हो गया. Talking. Khalid, क्या बात करें मान लीजिए इसको भाई को भाई छोड़ो. Maybe it's their affair. नहीं जरा सुनो. No, नहीं सुनो तुम्हें. देखिए उसे छोड़ को चलेगा ना, और सवाल क्या होता है कि मालूम नहीं. इतना खराब होगा नहीं, ये नहीं, क्या किस्सा है? Some episode of the TV, useless thing here. She's crying, she's laughing on the phone. हाँ? Idiotic नहीं. कभी बैठ के कुरान के बारे में से तस्करा करे Wallahi, this is a practical thing which I experienced. I saw that.
It happens
So much so, for some reason I had to move my daughters to one school somewhere in Shivaji Nagar. Because the other school was far away, so I had to put them makeshift operation. One day and the next day my children said, we are not going to that school. I said, Papa, I spent already so many thousand rupees, where is that? I said, no. I said, why? क्या खाली उधर मिलती तुम्हें वो देखे क्या कर ये देखे क्या कर वो देखे खाली टीचर आपको ये पता करते My goodness, it's a real pity situation here. But how nice it would be if you see study circles, things people are sitting and reading and trying to understand Quran, Hadith, Sirah. So many things have to be done. But yeah, we don't do that. So my question was, why is that you study Quran only one surah in Salah? That shows there's a proof of how much we love Allah Ta'ala.
No, if at all you would understand what we are telling or speaking with Allah, then you would have spent more time.
Even otherwise, somehow this concept is not driven home. That is, you belong to Allah, getting closer to Allah, knowing Him, relying on Him. All these things have not been taught in our society. I mean, there is no system. Somehow, Alhamdulillah, Allah gave you tawfiq to come here and you have come. He gave me hidayah to come and tawfiq and come and doing something like that. Thanks to Him. Okay. But then, every day, at least some 10-20 minutes people will spend on this. You will see a revolution. Total revolution, total change in the attitude of the people. You will see that. This is not happening because we are away from this. Allah Ta'ala says, you know what? You remember me and I shall remember you. The more you remember, even more He will remember us. Fazkuruni. What is this? Fazkuruni asking पढ़ ले चले गए. आप लफ्ज़ी तर्जुमा समझ गए. मुझे याद करो. कहाँ याद कर? When do you remember Allah Ta'ala? Where do you remember Allah Ta'ala? And you know we remember in groups. Okay, sometimes 15 people here, or sometimes alone. But you know when He talks to us, where does He talk? Whom does He address to? Sometimes, you know, we see every year, twice in a year, on the Independence Day and the Republic Day, President comes and honors people with some gifts, some mementos, this thing for bravery, this, that and all. So that fellow brings a chart and puts that in the wall there, and ancestors see, okay, my father, my grandfather did this, he was given this award with so and so president. After all, a man giving some kind of honor to another man. That is a matter of pride for us. But then, remember, just imagine Allah Ta'ala making a mention of us. That in the August gathering of, why should we yearn for that? I mean, why should we work towards that? Anyway, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala Rasulil Kareem wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd, fa'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna anzalnahu Qur'anan Arabiyyan la'allakum ta'qilun. Anybody who teaches Arabic or any book which talks about Arabic and teaches Arabic, you will always find this there, this ayat. Yes. What does it mean? Inna anzalnahu Qur'anan Arabiyyan. I think I had already told it earlier also. The word Arab, the word Arabic comes from the root word Arab. Arab means, you know what? Arab means Saudi Arab ka Arab. Huh? What is Arab? Huh? Chef. Arab means crystal clear. Distillery water, crystal clear. The cockroach inside, okay? Crystal clear. Means, like Allah Ta'ala says elsewhere at the beginning of the Quran, La raiba fi, there is no doubt in it. Inna anzalnahu Qur'anan Arabiyyan, you say, the people will just translate. Of course the translation is correct, I don't say no, it's wrong. No, it is correct. Indeed we have revealed unto you the Arabic Quran. But what is that Arabic Quran? The word Quran comes from what? Quran means? Book. No. Quran means That's the problem, na?
Saying of Allah.
Something which is read often and often, most often. That is Quran. Qara'a se banda. It comes from the word Qara'a, Quran, something which is often read. Okay? There is no book on the surface of this earth, which is read as much as the Quran is read. It's open challenge. You can go look out for it. Do you think the Christians will read from the Bible every day? No chance.
It is different in Bible. They don't have.
There are different types. We will not go into that. Mr. Zakir Naik does that job. Alhamdulillah, let him do that. Let him keep doing that. Okay? But then, the Quran, Arabian, wherein there is no, and that means Allah Ta'ala says, indeed we have revealed unto you a book which is read often and often, wherein there is no doubt. It is very crystal clear. You can easily distinguish between good and bad, the right and the wrong. What do you mean clear? Clear, crystal clear.
Straight
Huh?
without doubt. Straight and without doubt.
Even an ordinary person with a minimum of understanding who is not insane, but he is sane enough to understand things, he can make out what the Quran has to tell to him. What is right and what is wrong. That minimum sense he can easily make out. There is nothing hidden or something which you have to analyze and then come to a conclusion, okay, this is so and so. It is very clear. As I keep telling you, Muslims, in today's world, we better understand this concept. This is digital world today. The IT technology is in full flow. The digital electronics. We have two levels in digital electronics. Perhaps you know that. High and low. If you don't know digital electronics, there is a switch here. There are two states to the switch. Either it is on or it is off. This is a typical Muslim's behavior. This describes a typical Mu'min's character. For example, he is telling lies, either when he is talking, either he is telling the truth or he is telling the lies. There is nothing in between. Either he is a Muslim or he is a non-Muslim. Either he is a Mu'min or he is a non. There is no median path there. So, Alhamdulillah, Allah Ta'ala has given us tawfiq to learn this Arabic language, because in one particular place Allah Ta'ala has really used a very derogatory word when it comes to human beings. Never in the Quran has Allah Ta'ala addressed human beings with this word. Anywhere else you see he has spoken of a lot of love. Every time he talks of human beings, excessive amount of love you will see that in the ayats. Ya ibadi, so oh my dears. Not the slaves per se. It's not that slave. Ibad doesn't mean slave. What is slave? Slave is somebody who is having no choice. A slave cannot do anything out of his choice. He has to do what the boss tells him to do. He is slave. Like today, another kind of slavery is going on. You know what is the slavery? Today, another type of slavery, we are all into another kind of slavery. Majority of the youth is another kind of slavery. What is that?
Western.
Huh?
Western.
Slavery. Most of these youth have become slaves. Of course they are getting money, but they are slaves. They have no choice. Their lives have been hijacked by these guys, the companies, the call centers. There is nothing but slavery. They will give you a laptop happily. Okay, you think you got a little bit of light in 11 o'clock, you'll get a call. Please go check that. You have got to go check. If you don't do, you are sacked. It's another kind of slavery. India was ruled by Britishers. We were slaves. We got freedom. That we have gone into another kind of slavery now. So, Allah Ta'ala, when you call the word ibad, abd doesn't mean slave. This is what they translate basically. The moment you talk slave, you get that idea. The master and the slave. It's not that slave. This abd is something, a person who does anything to please his Lord out of his own will. Not by force, not by compulsion. Of course there are things which are obligatory for us. But apart from that obligation, even that obligatory things, we are doing to please Allah Ta'ala. Not for the fear that He will punish us, kill us, and do all those things. No, it is to please Him. Apart from obligatory things, they are still the way you conduct your life and all. Everything we do, you pick up a banana skin from the road and put it aside, and again you are doing it to please Him. Nobody is asking you to do that. Hey, come on, pick that skin and throw it aside. No, that is slavery. This you are doing out of will, free will. This is another word. There is you can understand from Abd, it is not the other slave. Okay, this slave is something who is doing out of, and here we have a choice. You do, you don't do. You do to please him, or you don't do, better keep quiet. But then if you ignore, then it's secondary. So, Allah Ta'ala uses this word. You might be a PhD, you might be a doctor, you might be an engineer, whatever, that's fine, you can have. But Allah Ta'ala calls the human beings, those who have not understood the Quran, those who have not understood the Quran, by one word, very, very tough word, cannot easily be digested. But then Allah Ta'ala has said it, and we have to understand from that how serious he is about it. Why he has used that word. Said those who understand, those who do not understand the Quran, they are, you know what? There is one animal which we generally tell people, yes. This is not a person saying, somebody else saying to somebody. This is Allah Ta'ala who is saying. So that shows how serious he is about it. To use such a derogatory word, okay, such a remark, how serious he should be about it. So we should thank Allah Ta'ala that at least we are not coming, we are trying to keep away from the bracket of those people whom Allah Ta'ala is calling as donkeys. We should thank him for giving us this opportunity to learn this language. And remember one thing, Allah Ta'ala, Prophet said that he loves, Allah Ta'ala loves any act, however small it may be. But what is important is consistency. Tasalsul, jari hana. You may do one small act of kindness, but don't do it just for the sake of once or twice or something there. But you should have that continuity. It's not that okay, बहुत पैसा थोड़ा पैसा एक बार गरीबों को दे दिया, बड़ा मजा फिर उसके बाद छोड़ दिया, ऐसा नहीं. Do it regularly, do it little, no problem. That way, you will improve further. Your iman will improve. You will be strengthening the iman and all those things. But then, learning Arabic, it's not that you should just come here and learn. Somebody has told that okay, they could conduct a good class, let me go. No. There should be a sincere commitment to yourself. The sincerity should be there in you. And of course, why are we learning this? So that we understand the Quran, okay, and the Hadith. Yesterday, I told you about this combination. Today we are going to start with the combination. That combination is going to give me first. What is that combination? The past and the present. Right? Forget the past and the present. That actions are more important. We are pointing downwards to mean it is past tense and upwards to mean it is present tense. Okay? So, what are the 6 words we have come across? Fa starts for? So, then the next word is? Okay, the next? What does it mean? Yeah. Then? Who hit? She or he? Then? Now, Fataha, past tense. Present tense will be? Fataha, Yaftahu. What is the meaning? He opened, he is opening. So you should imagine that. Unless you don't imagine, it will be difficult for you to get back those words. These are tools for you to memorize properly. Okay, have it there properly in your mind. If you don't use this, you will lose. Many times I give this example. Memory management is very important. If you don't manage your memory properly, whatever you learn is there. There is nothing like forgetting. There is nothing like forgetting. But what is that phenomenon actually? It is lost somewhere there. Millions of cells are there in this brain. And every information sits in one cell. Okay? There are millions of cells. What is a cell? You have seen a shoe rack or whatever it is. You go to some department store, you see like this. Each one is a cell. Every new word you learn, every new thing you learn occupies one location. So what happens is millions, it just go drop here and there and there. But if you organize it and put it in order, like I give always this example. Imagine there is a factory or an office or whatever it is, school or it is, and every day you get so many hundreds of, say, correspondence, the letters. The lady collects the letters and puts it in a room, promptly, without missing even one. But one fine day the boss asks, oh, go get that letter from Arabic Academy. Now the person will go there, start searching. If he finds it immediately, fine. If not, what happens? 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever it is, then finally comes, sir, somewhere it is misplaced. It's not gone anywhere, it's still there. Only thing was, it is lying in a heap. So they are not able to locate it. But if the same lady had collected these things and put it in an order, alphabetical order or date wise or something like that, Then not only 1 month later, 10 years later also, if somebody asks to go get the letter, they will go pick up easily by that particular order. This is management. So by doing this, using this imagination, the body language and all these things, we are actually managing our memory. Okay, so that you should get the words whenever you want to recall whatever it is. Learning of any language, involves 3 things. That you learn, you remember, and you recall. I call it as LR square. What is it? LR square. Learn, we learn. So many things we learn. We also remember. The problem comes in recollecting. The problem comes in why? Because you do not have properly managed your memory. You should get it like this. You ask 9 sevens are how much? The child will say 9 ones are 9, 9 twos are 18, 9 threes are 11. You should be able to tell at random. That will happen only if you properly manage, and you can do it. It's not that something very difficult or you have to do a PhD and all those things for that. No. Anybody and everybody is gifted with certain talents which Allah Ta'ala has given by default. We should use it. You should learn how to use them. Once you do that, anything and everything will become easy. So, yesterday I had told you to practice this, Alhamdulillah. So here we have Fataha, Yaftahu, Nasara, Yansuru, Daraba, Yadribu, Sami'a, Yasma'u, Hasiba, Karuma. Supposing I give you some other verb now. Jalasa, try. What is it? 3 possibilities are there. Either it will be Yajlisu, Yajlasu or Yajlusu. But then you see, there is something, a natural instinct which goes with it. Yajlisu is easier, so forget the rest. Why you should be like that, why you should not do it, don't worry. It is just on hearsay. You read more of Quran and you will get it inshallah. Right? Kataba, Yaktubu. Kataba, Yaktubu. That is why, to avoid this confusion, you will see these letters in the dictionary. Like the moment I said Kataba, somebody may say Yaktubu, or Yaktibu or Yaktabu. All the 3 provisions are there. Possibilities are there. One of them is only correct. So to avoid this confusion, what happens is, in the dictionary, besides Kataba, what he will do, you know? Kataba, he will write here Noon. What does Noon mean now? From Nasara you get Nasara. On the same pattern, you are going to say Kataba. That is the idea. That is why these 6 are used as a standard throughout the world. These 6 words are not just a story I gave you. This is the reason. This is the secret behind it. And if you know these 6, inshallah, very easily you can understand many things. This confusion will not be there. Because these are used in the dictionary. Okay. Zalama is the word. What is the present tense? Yes, lamu bhi ho sakta, yes, lumu bhi ho sakta, yes, lamu bhi ho sakta. But then he would have, if you look into the dictionary, he will write the dad here. Why? Daraba, yadribu. On the same line it is going to be Zalama. You getting that? If you have the notes, please ask me.
No, I did not understand that.
Da, yadlimu. Huh? Zalama, yadlimu, yazlimu. What apni jagah? This dad has nothing to do with this. This dad gives this indication. As you said, daraba yadribu.
And he's giving reference to one of these
Yes.
words.
That is it. For you to avoid that confusion of getting into one of these 3 possibilities, you should know which word goes where. Once it goes in the stream, throughout it's like that. Once a meter gauge train is put on the meter gauge rail, it will be on meter gauge only. The broad gauge will be on, and soon you will see this metro. So they cannot change their positions. So this is the way it goes. We have seen the combination of past tense. What are the combinations of past tense? For example, you take Fataha. What are the 8 combinations you read from Fataha? That is, he opened. What is they opened? Fataha, Fatahu. Then Fatahta. Then Fatahtum. Then Fatahtu. Na long. Then I shift here. Why you know? Why do I shift here?
Fatahna.
Yeah, fatahna. Left hand
She.
for ladies, right? If this is past tense combination, on the same lines you have the combination of present tense also. He is opening, they are opening, you are opening, you all are opening, I am opening, we are opening, she is opening, and they are opening. Okay, opening a door, opening book, whatever it is. But how do you say that? How do you go about expressing that? That is what you will be learning today. Okay, what you do is, from fataha you got the present tense. That's why I asked you to practice this first past tense. That is yaftahu. What is it first you said? Yeah. So what is the difference between fataha and yaftahu? The difference is this. You have a ya and you have a ending with u. Fataha, fataha yaftahu. Once you say yaftahu, we read that formula Muslim, Muslimuna. What is Muslimuna? Plural form. Yaftahu, yaftahuna. What is it? Yaftahu. From nasara to be nasara yansuru. Plural will be yansuruna. Daraba yadribu. Plural will be yeah. Samiya yasma'u. Plural will be yasma'una. Hasiba yahsibu. Plural will be why left hand? Why left hand? We are talking of he only. Right hand, we are still on masculine. Yasibuna. Why left hand? Where did I say she? Muslim, Muslimuna I said. Fataha, Yaftahu. I'm on the right hand side only. Right is all for men. Yaftahu, Yaftahuna. Similarly in Yansuru, Fataha, Yaftahu, Yaftahuna. Nasara say Yansuru, Yansuruna. Daraba, Yadribu, Yadribuna. Samiya, Yasma'u, Yasma'una. Hasiba, Yahsibu, Yahsibuna. Karuma, Yakrumu, Yakrumuna. Any difficulty? Now we'll go front. We'll move to you. Fataha ho gaya, fatahta. Fataha, fatahu is over. Fatahta, you opened. Now you see you are opening. Or you will open. In Arabic, a same word form is used, a single form is used to give the meaning of both present and future. So for the time being, go by present. But have it in your mind that the same word is used for future also. So now, Fataha yaftahu, 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 no word. Anta, that is you, na. So take that ta. So it will be so the plural yaftahu will be yaftahuna. Okay, yaftahuna. You is anta, isn't it? Take this ta and add it in the beginning. This will become now taftahu. What is this? Yaftahu, yaftahuna, taftahu. Plural will be what now? The same lines, taftahuna. Ana, I, isn't it? Huwa, hum, anta, antum, ana, nahnu. I am opening. Ana, take this alif. This will become aftahu. No, aftahu. What is it? So now we will start here. Taftahu. So from nasara it will be nasara yansuru, tansuru. Plural will be tansuruna. Daraba yadribu, tadribu, tadribu, tadribuna. Samiya yasma'u, tasma'u, tasma'una. Hasiba yahsibu, tahsibu. That will not change. The track should not change. R, E, U sound should not change. Yahsibu, once you said, throughout it is the same thing. Yeah, the only changes is in the beginning. Yahsibu, yahsibuna is over. Tahsibu, tahsibuna. Then karuma, yakrumu, takrumu, takrumuna. Then it will be fataha yaftahu, aftahu. I am opening. Aftahu. Akrau, I am reading. Adrusu, I am learning. Okay, aktubu, I am writing. Abudu, I am worshipping. La abudu, ma ta'budu. Abada, that is aftahu.
It's I am worshiping.
Aftahu. I am actually aftahu.
Aftahuna.
Aftahu nahi, aftahuna nahi. Small change. Here it will be naftahu. Nabudu. Iyaka? Nabudu. Abada yabudu. See how we got it? From the word was actually abada. He worshipped. Present tense will be yabudu. From yabudu you get the change. Yabudu yabuduna. You tabudu. Tabudu tabuduna. Anta na. Tabudu tabuduna. I ana abudu. Iyaka nabudu. Iyaka. So now it will be naftahu. Then that lady, Fatah period of it. She is opening. She opened. She opened. Now for that it will be this and this will be same. Taftahu only. Taftahu. You are doing and she is doing, both are same. You and your wife both are same. Whatever you eat is the same. Whatever you do is the same. You both are same, na? Choices cannot be different. If the choice of different, is always a fight. Okay? So both should be in unison. You and she. Taftahu, you are opening. Taftahu, she is opening. Tansuru, you are helping. Tansuru, she is helping. Tadribu, you are hitting. Tadribu, she is hitting.